Hello everybody, Josh12 back here again with another video, and I'm here with another Dragon Ball video, and I'm here to review Dragon Ball Super Episode 53. Now, of course, if you haven't seen this episode, please go check it out, because this review may contain spoilers. But that being said, let's get into the newest episode of Dragon Ball Super. Now, of course, this is the newest episode that we've gotten, and the current episode that is introduced the newest character within the Dragon Ball franchise, which is the Kai known as Zamus. And Zamus has been a character that's been hinted and referenced at nauseum by Toei Animation through the intro of the fucking saga and with various news articles about the character. However, we finally get the introduction to his character, and I can honestly say it's very interesting. It's a very interesting kind of bringing in this character, because you kind of get the general gist with episode 53 that you kind of know where the story's kind of heading, but then again it kind of ends with an idea of like, okay, what are we really doing here? Like, what's really the purpose of the inevitable full circle outcome of this saga? That's kind of where I'm getting at, and I'll get into that a little more further detail with the end of this review. But overall, the overall plot and or synopsis of the episode is pretty much as hinted with the previous episode, which is Goku, Beerus, and Whis head towards Universe 10 to investigate this Kai that is Zamus, who possibly could be Black in secret because he has ki that is similar to Black's ki, and also they're going to investigate the disappearance and misuse of the Ring of Time that Black is using. So that's pretty much why they've come to Universe 10, and Zamus is definitely a very interesting character. He's the Supreme Kai, or at least the Supreme Kai in training of Universe 10, and he's this weird fighting prodigy, and he is kind of like Dragon Ball Super's like interpretation of like a racist. Like, he's kind of like the first racist for Super, because he just hates humans, which is so, I mean, like, once again, it just goes back to that statement of like, where is this saga really going to? It's like you're blatantly telling me everything that is spoilerific and obvious, but then you end it with like, how are we going to end this? Because Zamus, over the course of the episode, you get the feeling that he wants to become a Kaioshin very badly. However, he doesn't want to protect or guide humans. The point that the, I guess, teacher Kai that he kind of has within this episode is, in Universe 10, Kais are designed for creation. Kaioshin are Kai specifically meant to guide, help, and I guess nurture fucking humans. That's what their purpose is. They're here to help humans, to guide them, to protect them, to be their guardians, if you will. However, Zamus has no intentions of that. He doesn't like humans. He doesn't understand them. He feels they're just a nuisance and just a mistake in God's eyes, if you will. The only thing that's purposeful are God's. And obviously, his opinions clash with Kaioshin's, because only gods of destructions can have that kind of generalized opinion. So that's kind of like the overall background we kind of get with Zamus in this episode. And in one hand, it's okay, because it's like, okay, we're kind of getting some depth into this character, but also the bad thing with this character, on the other hand, which is, it's just this episode's way and Toy Animation's way of blatantly and obviously telling you this is the bad guy. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, laugh, chuckle, chuckle. This is the bad guy, folks. This is the James Bond moment in the fucking James Bond movies. And it's like, okay, sure, but it's like, why end it here? Why not just fucking kill the fucker and then move on with our fucking lives? You know, kind of like what they did in the Cell Saga. It's like, they didn't let fetus Cell fucking survive and continue to grow into regular Cell. No, they killed it at the womb. They killed Cell in the womb as a fetus. But in this episode, they're kind of like, yeah, Zamus, he's a bad guy. He's obviously Black in secret, but we're going to let him go right now because we don't know for sure he's the bad guy. We don't know for sure, you know, and it just, and on one hand, it's like, okay, you can't really just annihilate someone who hasn't really done anything wrong yet. But at the same time, it's just, when you know the future outcomes of what's going to go down, you gotta just make a choice. You got to make a decision, especially when you have a character like Beerus, who's God's destruction, who doesn't really need to listen to Goku or Whis. He just could do whatever he wants. So I just find it odd that when they blatantly show you who the real villain of the saga is and not do anything about it, it's just very odd. But whatever. Moving off of that, we get some very interesting filler moments within the episode outside of the Zamu's Goku Universe 10 debacle. We get Trunks meeting Android 18 again. And I have to say, folks, that was pretty phenomenal. Now, there are two things I wanted out of this saga with Future Trunks coming back after his long, completely non-existent stay within the Majin Buu arc post-Cell, which was meeting up with Gohan again, and two, fucking seeing Krillin with Android 18. And they fucking did it, and I love it. Of course, it kind of feels like just grabbing a rabbit out of the hat. It felt like kind of like left field out of the Zamu's Goku stuff, because the main narrative is Goku and Samus. However, out of nowhere, just like, hey, cool, you saw Gohan's daughter, Pan. She's pretty cute. Well, I got a fucking cute daughter too. Oh yeah? Here she is. And it's fucking Android 18 and Marin. And it's such a sketchy situation, such a slippery situation, and it felt like a little too out of left field. But I liked it, because it's fucking Android 18 again. Anytime you get to see 18 again is always awesome. And I always like the fact that, characters that don't have the limelight get some point of view in this series. And the fact that they did something that was too good not to do, which was Trunks seeing 18 again and had this really kind of goofy and jokey kind of attitude about it, was very beautiful stuff. There was some really great stuff there. Granted, the Pilaf gang definitely ruined it all. I will admit that the Pilaf gang kind of came in and just ruined everything. I don't know what's with Toy Animation and this like kitty porn shit they're trying to do with Trunks and Mai, whatever the fuck. But enough. Enough of that shit. Enough of your Pilaf shit, Toy Animation. Enough. I said it with the previous episode. If you want to do some Pilaf shit, do a fucking cartoon with them. Do a spin-off with them. For kids. Cartoon, fucking kindergartners. Do it for them. Don't do it for fucking us, because this Pilaf Future Trunks kitty porn shit is fucking annoying me at this point in time. It just ruined the episode. Like, you have this really great stuff with Goku and Samus, like Beerus and Whis are trying to get to the bottom of this situation, trying to understand who Black really is, who got the Ring of Time, who the fuck is this Samus character. Then we go over here in real time where we got Trunks meeting 18 again, having this really weird, creepy, awkward, but also sweet situation with Krillin and what have you, and Marin, and then you ruin it with this Pilaf shit. What the fuck? Enough of you. Enough of you and your Pilaf shit. I'm putting my foot down with that shit. Enough. Enough of you. Enough of Pokemon Go. Enough of all of it. But whatever. We're not here to bitch and rant about that. We're here to talk about Zamus and his intentions for humans. And that's pretty much what we get with this episode. And of course we do get, as teased with the trailers, which is a fight between the two of Goku and Zamus. And it was alright for what it was. I mean, we kind of do get more influence and depth with Zamu's character, which is his overall intentions, which is to be evil and dark towards humans. However, I will say that, I guess, disregarding, or not really disregarding, or at least like more or less moving aside the horribleness that is the Pilaf gang, I will admit the animation artwork for the fight itself was really subpar. I don't know why they had such great stills within this episode and great backgrounds. Like, the world of Universe 10, as far as we got to see it, was pretty good. It was well, artistically rendered. It was pretty greatly animated. But then the fight, this weird technical fight between Zamus and Goku just looked god-awful. It was very horrendous looking. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a very superior version with the Blu-rays, but at this point in time, first release, initial reactions, yeah, it wasn't really that great. But overall, we do get a little bit more depth with the Zamu's character. We do get to understand, yeah, this guy, he just really doesn't like humans, and he's obviously going to remember Goku to, I guess, more or less take his body once he dies and then becomes black. Even though, once again, with my previous statements, doesn't really make that much sense considering that how does Zamus become black in this timeline, or at least in the Trunks timeline, when the events of Super just happened here, does not exist in future Trunks' alternate timeline, when Goku died way before any of that shit? So how does Zamus have the intentions of taking Goku's body when he died years ago, when the events of this didn't happen in that timeline. It's fucking weird. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to go with. Zamus, Whis believes he's black. Goku says his ki is similar, but maybe not really. It's a weird, sticky situation. We're at the moment where we're trying to reveal who Black really is, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait a couple of good episodes to really just see what the fuck is really going down here. Is Zamus really black? Is he gonna become black? Do we have to kill them all? Who the fuck knows? But overall, the episode itself was pretty decent. It was an okay episode, I'm not gonna lie. Granted, there were some moments that I was really on the negative side, like the Pilaf gang and the artwork and animation towards Zamus and Goku's fight. However, everything else was pretty good. Goku was hilarious. I loved his goofy, fucking, like, almost raper face with fucking Zamus. Like, that moment of Zamus in the background just completely getting freaked out over Goku, like, horrendously harassing him, like, almost sexually, was hilarious. I thought it was just funny as shit. I know some people are kind of, like, on the fence and annoyed by that kind of things, but overall, for me, it was fucking hilarious. And, of course, Beer's comedy, always really great. Artwork for Universe 10 was pretty good. And Trunks meeting 18 was priceless and was too good not to put in the series, or at least within the saga. It was too good not to show up. So the fact that they did it and addressed it, kudos for you for doing that. But with that being said and done, that's pretty much it. My final verdict for the episode is a solid 7 out of 10. It was a good episode. It was nothing any too overly extravagant, but we have gotten closer to the inevitable outcome of what this saga will bring us, which is the reveal of who Black really is, which is possibly Zamus. And what is Zamus planning for the future of this arc? That we'll find out. We'll have to wait and see, I'm guessing. But with that being said and done, let me know what you personally think in the comment section below about this episode. With that being said and done, some shameless plugs real quick. If you haven't noticed, there was quite a bit of a gap between episode 52 and 53. But if you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you go to my channel and check out my previous review for Dragon Ball Super episode 52. And then, of course, check out my Dragon Ball Super manga chapter for chapter 14. Let me know what you personally think about that as well. But check that out. I'd greatly appreciate it. With that being said and done, shameless plug time. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh12. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been Josh12.